So the Super Bowl halftime show, I gave my optimistic view about the whole thing earlier, but tell us.
Well, look, aside from, They Not Like Us and A Minor, it was hard to make out what was actually being said. Kendrick Lamar's 12 minutes of rap was basically a musical grudge match, Laura, on the biggest stage in America.
It goes to show, once again, how this performance's intended audience was and was not reached by the reactions from, say, far-right anchors Laura Ingraham and Raymond Arroyo of Fox News.
And then he plays Not Like Us. And people lose their minds. I loved him. I loved him playing it because of what he said when he started it. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. They tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. That's wild. If you really think about those lines in any context outside of the Super Bowl, outside of Drake, the song, Not Like Us, everything, they still stand all on their own. How many of us feel like we're in a rigged game? And it was beautiful to watch Not Like Us get played on that world stage, Drake tried. He tried his best. This dude went under the earth to do an arena show just to make sure at least these people aren't watching the Super Bowl.
It's almost laughable to hear Arroyo say, almost no one cares, when Kendrick's performance, per the Associated Press, averaged 133.5 million, the most watched Super Bowl halftime show on record, and a 3% increase from Usher's performance last year.
Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStrom Show. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
Dana, I want to talk about the halftime show. Now, I got to tell you, what a nightmare. I kept sitting there saying, maybe I just don't get this guy. Then I find out there's this subplot, there's this drama with Drake, and, he can do a concert, this guy, Kendrick Lamar, and he won all these Grammys. But, we had Usher, we had The Weeknd, we had Beyonce, we had Rihanna. I mean, we had performers. I don't know what the hell this guy was doing.
Well, Judge Janine, if you had no idea, why are you talking about it? Why not try to learn a thing or two? Courtesy of Josh Johnson.
Kendrick said, "Say, Drake." Kendrick Lamar has an incredible smile, but he always seems to use it for dastardly deeds. This man said, "Say, Drake." I haven't been that scared. I know he was talking to Drake, but even I was at home like, ooh. That man whipped around and said, "Say, Drake," like he just ran out of the woods. Oh, that was crazy. That was insane. Say, Drake.
Facts. Because we all had the same reaction when he went into the song. How much of it would he play? What is going to be censored? Is he really going to call out Drake on such a big stage? We then found out.
And most people don't care that Lamar doesn't like Drake or that his exes Serena Williams and SZA showed up to troll Drake. The music itself is not broad enough or well known enough to reach generations.
How can someone get paid so much to be so obtuse and so dense about a performance that was, to use one word, seismic? This is what your conservative parents, your conservative aunt and uncle, your conservative grandparents take in for news, when this is all opinion. None of this guy's rhetoric is based in fact. It's based on his own feel.
And then you see a glimpse of Serena. I couldn't believe I saw Serena dance. I was like, is that Serena? And Kendrick and Dave Free must have known we wouldn't believe it was Serena, because then they showed her again. I was like, well, that is Serena! That's Serena over there crip walking. Which, if you pay attention to the layers, you pay attention to the storytelling, one of the most beautiful things about Serena being on stage, crip walking, dancing, right, is not just as a sort of FU to Drake, right? Because it is. Because her and Drake, you know. And then Serena moved on, and Drake couldn't handle it.
There's just so much more to this than Fox News will ever tell its audience, because they want to dumb them down, draw lines in the sand, and keep them on their side of the aisle through a narrow scope of media. It's sad, but it's the truth.
For me, it wasn't mass appeal. A full-on Trump rally for the halftime show. Morgan Wallen or Zach Bryan plays us 2 or 3 songs. Trump comes out with an executive desk, signs 5 executive orders, and Shane Gillis takes us out with a 5-minute set. Best halftime show ever.
So I would reckon that over 70% of the audience last night had never heard any of Kendrick Lamar's songs. I didn't actually understand the Samuel L. Jackson part, honestly, where he was dressed like, I think, Uncle Sam. Wasn't sure. Maybe that's me. Maybe other people did. No, I just couldn't understand the songs. I didn't know any of the songs but the last one, where, like last year, what is Rihanna? I knew most of her songs, so I'm just like, don't know this one, don't know that one. This football game really sucks.
I mean, it wasn't for me.
Of course it wasn't. So what Johnson is about to state is probably going to fly way over the heads of Will Cain, the defender of Confederate insignia, and Bobby Burack, a sellout who pivoted for clout.
A lot of people think that Kendrick Lamar is Drake's kryptonite, and he really isn't. Drake's kryptonite is a woman who's moved on. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that Drake hates more than a woman minding her business. And so he would make songs, little sneak disses at Serena, little sneak disses at Rihanna, all this stuff, right? He loves beefing with women who have moved on.
This is another big talking point in the aftermath of Kendrick's performance. Drake did not say a word about Dot. He only had smoke for Serena, which is quite telling.
The game ended up being a clash between America's fading woke culture and a return to normalcy that Americans have been begging for since the plague of wokeness arrived. But woke, of course, is a hard stain to remove. Last night, the NFL gave us unquestionably the worst halftime show we have ever seen.
Another far-right network, SMACKS, tore into the halftime show in quite the embarrassing fashion.
Because the layers of Serena dance is not just like this FU to Drake. Is one, also, we're playing the game, right? We're all part of the game. And it's a black woman having a good time. It was also pretty revolutionary. You know? And if you follow Serena, and if you follow tennis, you'll know that when she did the same dance at Wimbledon, they came for her hard. They said it was too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. And now she's doing it in front of the world. In front of the world with nothing but joy and people cheering her on, right? Giving us full circle moments. I thought that was so dope.
Yes, it was, and is another part of the show so many missed. This man is a comedic genius, and everyone should be supporting his work. Follow his journey on YouTube, throw him a follow on Instagram, more short form on TikTok, and head over to joshjohnssoncomedy.com/tour to see him when he comes to a town near you.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.